Elvis Aaron Presley was born on January 8, 1935, in Tupelo, Mississippi. He was the son of Vernon and Gladys Presley, a poor but loving family. Elvis had a twin brother, Jesse, who was stillborn, and this loss deeply affected his mother, who was very protective of Elvis. Growing up, Elvis didn't have much, but music surrounded him everywhere. He heard gospel at church, country songs on the radio, and blues from the streets. These sounds shaped the boy who would later change music forever. He was shy and quiet, but had a spark that people noticed. Even in school, his teachers saw his love for singing. Elvis wasn't from a rich or famous family, yet he carried something special inside. For his 11th birthday, Elvis wanted a bicycle, but his mother bought him a simple guitar instead. At first, he didn't know how to play it, but he practiced every day. That guitar became his closest friend. Elvis listened to records of country singers and tried to copy their voices. He watched local blues musicians and learned their rhythms. By the time he was a teenager, Elvis had developed a style of his own. He would stand on street corners, playing for neighbors, mixing country with gospel and blues. The sounds blended into something new. His dream of being a singer began here, with a cheap guitar and a heart full of passion. In 1953, Elvis walked into Sun Records in Memphis. He wanted to record a song as a gift for his mother. Sam Phillips, the studio owner, wasn't impressed at first. But when Elvis started singing rhythm and blues with his unique energy, Sam realized he had found something special. Elvis's first single, That's All Right, shocked everyone. It wasn't pure country, and it wasn't pure blues. It was a wild mix. Radio stations played it, and suddenly people couldn't stop talking about this young man with slick hair, shaking legs, and a voice full of fire. The world was about to meet the king. By 1956, Elvis Presley was everywhere. His song Heartbreak Hotel became a huge hit. Young fans loved his voice and his wild dance moves, while parents and critics were shocked by his hip-shaking style. Some even called it sinful, but that only made him more popular. Elvis appeared on television shows, and every time he performed, girls screamed so loud that the music was almost drowned out. His look, black hair, flashy clothes, and a curled lip, became iconic. America had never seen anyone like him before. Rock and roll had found its king, and Elvis was unstoppable. Elvis wasn't just a singer, he became a movie star too. Starting with Love Me Tender in 1956, he acted in over 30 films. While critics didn't always love his movies, fans filled theaters just to see him on screen. Hollywood made him even more famous, but it also kept him away from live concerts for years. Still, Elvis enjoyed acting, and the money and fame gave him a lifestyle beyond his imagination. The poor boy from Tupelo was now living in mansions, wearing gold rings and driving pink Cadillacs. But deep down he missed the raw excitement of performing live. In 1958, Elvis's career paused when he was drafted into the U.S. Army. Many thought his fame would fade while he served, but Elvis surprised everyone. He served with pride, living like any other soldier in Germany. During this time, he also faced heartbreak. His beloved mother, Gladys, passed away in 1958. Elvis was devastated. She had been his closest friend. When he returned from the Army in 1960, the world welcomed him back with open arms. His comeback song, Are You Lonesome Tonight, showed a deeper, more emotional Elvis. He was still the king, but now with more maturity. By the mid-1960s, Elvis's career had slowed. His movies were repetitive, and new bands like the Beatles had taken the spotlight. Many thought Elvis was finished, but in 1968 he performed a television special dressed in black leather. With raw energy, he sang Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock, and heartfelt ballads. It was powerful, electric, and unforgettable. Fans realized Elvis still had the magic. This special, known as the '68 Comeback, revived his career. The king was back, and once again, he ruled the stage. In the 1970s, Elvis became a legend in Las Vegas. He performed sold-out shows in glittering jumpsuits with capes, backed by huge bands and choirs. His deep voice filled the halls as he sang rock, gospel, and ballads. Audiences from around the world came to see him, and he became the highest-paid performer in Vegas. But behind the glitter, Elvis struggled. The pressure of fame, a failed marriage to Priscilla Presley, and his growing dependence on prescription drugs began to take a toll. On stage, he was dazzling. Off stage, he was fighting battles few could see. By the mid-1970s, Elvis's health declined. He gained weight, canceled shows, and seemed exhausted. Friends worried about his lifestyle, but Elvis kept performing because he loved his fans. He recorded songs like Burning Love and Suspi, Aisha's Minds, proving he still had the voice of a king. Yet the man who had once been unstoppable was now trapped by fame, loneliness, and addiction. Fans adored him, but Elvis was slipping away. Still, he gave everything on stage, even when he was weak. He lived for music until the very end. On August 16, 1977, Elvis Presley passed away at Graceland, his home in Memphis. He was only 42 years old. The world was shocked. Millions mourned the loss of a man who had changed music forever. But Elvis never truly left. His songs, his movies, and his influence continued to live on. Rock and roll as we know it would not exist without him. From a poor boy with a simple guitar to the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley's story is one of dreams, struggles, and unforgettable music. Even today, generations call him simply Elvis.